the French Wall. But last week I found myself down there grabbing a po' boy and catching a show. What I also caught was shots dealing in what they call the real voodoo. Now I've seen these places for years. Nothing new. But for whatever reason, this time I saw them with fresh eyes. And what I saw was promises of love, money, and 100 ways to keep your dick hard. Like this, kid, keep that green bag close. Put this pin in that doll. Easy fixes for all your problems. Except for one little thing. Isn't fixing shit, folks. Only thing it's doing is putting green in the pockets of the shopkeeper. But in the end, it's empty, pointless. And that ain't the voodoo I know. Voodoo, or as our Haitian family refers to it, voodoo, is a religion grounded in history. It's about connected and staying connected with our ancestors, our roots. Today there's a movement in the holler to reconnect with this traditional Haitian voodoo. Some of y'all might be wondering why. Those of you who don't, I got music right around the corner, so relax. Might learn something. August 14th, 1791. A night not that different than this one. A group of Haitian slaves participated in a voodoo ceremony in a place known as Bois Caillebotte. It was there that they dedicated themselves to one thing, freedom. 1 week later, over 1,000 slave owners were dead, and Haiti was on its way to independence. Of course, the irony is that those same events led many slave owners to flee Haiti, dragging their slaves along with them. And where do you think they all ended up? Yep, right here in New Bordeaux. Now, since arriving in New Bordeaux, the slaves, our ancestors, had their voodoo faith quite literally beaten out of them. And if it wasn't beaten out, it was at least beaten down, underground. But these slaves, being the smart motherfuckers they were, adapted. They synchronized the voodoo spirits, the Loire, with the Catholic saints. Dumbala was represented by St. Patrick, Papa Legba by St. Lazarus. So the dipshit slave owners would walk in, see a photo of St. Patrick or St. Lazarus or whoever, and feel good about themselves. Their heathen slaves had finally found God. But in reality, they were continuing their traditions as usual, hiding in plain sight. Told you they were smart. So tonight, I sit here wondering how many fighters are out there hiding in plain sight. How many of you are willing to look back and reconnect with a past you may have never known? There's a revolution going on here in New Bordeaux. It's time for each of you to pick a side. Of course, you could choose to turn a blind eye to what we're saying tonight. But I'll leave you with this. When the holler speaks, you better listen.
What a drag it is.
This part of town's run by a man named Tony DeRazio. From what I was able to piece together, he's a real fucking weirdo. Some kind of savant when it comes to numbers.
Then he must be the one who runs Lou Marcano's books.
Runs his books, launders his money. Hell, he even manages Lou's relationships with city officials. It's Tony's job to make sure their asses stay greased.
How do I get to him?
Well, that's where things get interesting. Tony lives in the penthouse on the top floor of the Royal Hotel. Elevator access is restricted and the rest of the hotel's crawling with Tony's goons.
Well, he can't stay up there all the time. I'm gonna need a schedule for when he comes and goes.
I've been watching this cocksucker for a month now, and he's left exactly one time. That was because one of his men fucked up. Took a pipe to the poor bastard's left arm.
Well, looks like he's got a front business he uses to issue bribes and launder Lou's money. And another one that soaks up funds from the city. I hit him. He overreacts, then I get my opening.
And fuck up things between him and Lou in the process. Be careful with this one. Just because Tony's a goddamn spastic doesn't mean he won't cut your balls off if given the chance.
Really?
Shrimp.
What you call me?
I have a
Shrimp.
subscription.
You don't wear continental clothes or
What are
Stetson
you
hats.
doing, huh?
But I'll tell you one doggone thing. It makes me feel good to know one thing. I know I'm
Have an opinion, baby.
all right, mama.